Badminton fans often debate the question, does height really give you an advantage? Well, this match might have the answer. At the 2018 All England Open semi-final, the world #1 pair Marcus Fernaldi-Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, famously known as the Minions, arrived as one of the most exciting and dominant men's doubles pairs on the tour. Standing at just 169 centimeters and 170 centimeters, they were among the smallest pairs in elite badminton. But their incredible speed, lightning-fast reflexes, and relentless attacking style made them a nightmare for opponents. Across the net stood a pair that looked like their complete opposite. The Danish duo Mads Conrad Petersen and Mads Peeler Kolding were giants by comparison. With Kolding towering at 205 centimeters and Conrad Petersen at 186 centimeters, they had enormous reach and the ability to produce steep, powerful attacks from the backcourt. It was the ultimate contrast: speed versus height, agility versus reach. So the question was simple: what happens when 169 centimeters minions versus 205 centimeters giants? But to really understand this match, you have to look at what height actually gives you. For Kolding and Conrad, it means longer reach, steeper smashes, and better court coverage. On paper, that should be a huge advantage against a smaller pair like Gideon and Sukamuljo. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of lifting and playing into the Danes' strength, the Minions did the exact opposite. They sped up the game. They kept the shuttle flat, drove it fast through midcourt, and forced continuous front-court exchanges, completely neutralizing the height advantage.
Measure.
Sukamuljo injects a sudden change of pace with a soft front court drop, completely catching the opponents off guard. Height is most effective when you have time. Time to jump, time to hit from a high contact point, time to create angles. But the Minions took that time away.
To be fair, so does Gideon.
Every rally became a battle of reaction speed, not reach.
Turner there.
After the interval, both pairs keep firing fast, flat drives, turning every rally into a quick, high-speed exchange where neither side gives any time to settle.
And the point around.
This is what happens when the Danes are given time. After Sukamuljo is forced into a clear, they're able to step in and unleash a very dangerous attack.
They were 11-5 down, the Danes.
An incredibly tight tumbling shot from Sukamuljo, perfectly setting up Gideon for the attack.
The full front court control and the last.
In the next few rallies, both pairs battled fiercely at the net, each trying to seize control and create attacking opportunity.
Edge of play here.
A brilliant shot from Gideon, sending the shuttle just past Kolding's awkward around the head position. The Danes were looking to slow the game down with lifts and wait for the counterattack, but the Indonesians' shot placement was simply too precise, constantly targeting their bodies and denying them any time to settle. In the second game, there's a clear tactical shift from the Indonesian pair, as Kevin begins introducing flick serves, something we didn't see at all in the first game.
Pace out here. It's a bit of a thankless task.
On serve alone, Kevin manages to win 4 consecutive points. The Danes respond with sharp counterattacks, trying to regain control of the rally and break the momentum. Here comes the most controversial moment of the match. Kolding goes for a shot, but it sails clearly wide. Thinking the rally is over, Kevin reacts playfully, swinging his racket through the air, a casual shadow swing as the shuttle lands out. But then, the atmosphere suddenly changes. The umpire steps in and makes a surprising call, suggesting that Kevin may have made contact with the shuttle during that motion. Despite Kevin's reaction clearly being after the shot had gone wide, the decision goes against the Indonesians, and the point is awarded to the Danes. It's a tense moment, one that clearly frustrates the Indonesian side and adds a layer of drama to an already intense match. Do you think the umpire made the right call here?
To the occasion anyhow. 4-all. He can smile about it. String break.
While most players might have been thrown off by that controversial call, not the world #1 pair. Right after the incident, Sukamuljo produces one of the most iconic moments on court, changing racket mid-play. And somehow, even with that unexpected adjustment, they still win the rally.
This fun and frolics going on here on Core 1.
What follows is pure intensity. Fierce exchanges, flat drives flying from end to end, and rally after rally played at an unbelievable pace. Neither pair gives an inch, with every shot coming back faster than the last.
One incident with the umpire.
It becomes a true battle of reflexes and control. No lifts, no time to reset, just constant pressure in a non-stop exchange of drives. It's the Indonesian pair who start to take over the net, trying to force the attack and dictate the tempo. At first, it doesn't quite pay off. The Danes defend solidly, absorbing the pressure and staying composed under the fast exchanges. But Gideon and Sukamuljo don't abandon the plan. They stick to it, keep pushing forward at the net, and continue pressing the attack until they slowly start to gain the upper hand. Once again, Kevin goes for a shadow swing right in front of the umpire, almost as if testing the boundaries after the earlier controversy. However, this time the umpire stays composed and chooses not to intervene, allowing play to continue without another interruption.
I think it's great that the rule of this. Well done.
Kevin attempts another mid-rally racket change, trying to adjust and reset the point under pressure. But this time it doesn't pay off.
The Indonesians so desperate to...
Gideon and Sukamuljo shifted the tempo, mixing in sudden changes of pace that break their rhythm. And once the shuttle is played tight or driven low into awkward areas, it becomes extremely difficult for the taller pair to retrieve under pressure.
Brilliant.
Another sharp punch serve from Gideon, earning a direct point right away.
Perspective, of course.
Given Koling's height, it's clear he's feeling the pressure on serve, slightly hesitant, not fully confident in starting the rally.
Well done.
A beautifully disguised drop shot from Kolding, shaping up like a full power smash before gently sending the shuttle just over the net.
Right here from them. Defending champions.
And in the end, the result speaks for itself. The minions take it in straight sets against the Giants. Gideon and Sukamuljo never allowed the game to slow down long enough for Kolding and Conrad to fully use their height advantage. Every attempt to reset the rally was met with faster drives, tighter net play, and instant counterattacks. The Danes had the size, the reach, and the power, but they were constantly forced into reacting rather than attacking. And that's the difference at the highest level, because when the tempo is controlled by the minions, even Giants are reduced to defenders. Straight sets, complete control. Another reminder of why Gideon and Sukamuljo were the most feared pair in world badminton.